Hello guys and welcome back to episode 11 of Global Force Wrestling. So yeah, as you would have seen just a minute ago on the last episode, episode 10, that we had so last night these guys got 15,000, we got more people, but they did a better show. They got an 88B, but it's New Japan. As you can see, they're drawing in stars and getting 891 ratings. I don't think we're ever going to do that. We then did our Great American Bash. Got a select crowd in Madison Square Gardens, 18,000. And we got quite a big buy rate. But last night's Survivor Series got a bigger buy rate and more attendance. So their main event was JYD and Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff. Junkyard, I think. So Junkyard Dog and Mr. Wonderful defeated Harley Race and Honky Tonk Man. Magnificent Morocco defeated Butch Reed for the Intercontinental title. This is how bad the WWF are at the moment. Velvet McIntyre defeated Leah Khan to retain the women's title. Judy Martina defeated Vicky Williams. Dick Murdoch defeated Brad Reigns. Hercules defeated Hector Guerrero. Billy Jack Haynes defeated Arm Alutis. The Islands defeated Dano Bravo and Santino to retain the SmackDown titles. The World Tag Team titles. Bruce Beefcake defeated Greg Valentine. So the best matches on there that night were all hitting 70s and stuff, which is fair enough because it's WWF. You know, we're hitting similar ratings. I don't know whether I want to change my product a bit, because at the moment my product isn't very. See, I want to put more traditional on our product. But we'll see what happens. So, Dynamite Kid has some morale issues. What has he got morale issues with? Angry at Blaine for injury at Halloween Havoc. Which was months ago. Which is why we're doing. We're only be doing one of this at the end of the month, but I wanted to do one like this now because you could see how we made a loss this month. But I think that's going to the UK did that for us, and going to Europe that got us 2 very low attendance ratings for the amount of stars we're paying for to go there. So yeah, at the moment, our main popular guys are Hulk Hogan and Roddy Piper, which is why we're doing that main event. Then Savage, Andre, and Dusty. But yeah, this is what I wanted to show you. I'm going to go through all that at the end of the month, like all the proper stuff you want to see. But we now have a developmental company. So, of course, as many of you know, I'm a big fan of Ring of Fire. So Ring of Fire is back. Running it are Ricky Knight. He's the owner. And then Robert Fuller is the head booker. I don't know who Robert Fuller is, so if you do know, please put it in the comments. They have signed a few people to themselves because they are a child company and not a developmental territory, because I don't think that was such a thing then, so I didn't want to do that. But I am going to filter this down. I can do this actually a quicker way, actually. There we go. So these are all the people we've got. We've got Odor, Alcatraz, Alan West, Americana, Avalanche PN News, Babe the Farmer's Daughter, California Doll, DJ Preston, Dallas, Hollywood, Little Egypt's down there, Mac Jefferson, Michelle Starr, Mount Fuji, Rick Steiner, Rikishi, Sabu, Scott Steiner, Spike, Steve Blackman, Tammy Jones, Taz, Tony Pucrio, and Vic Steamboat. If I see anyone who I like, goes in there. But at the moment, we are still number 2 in the world in Company Wars. You know, we are catching up with the World Wrestling Federation in popularity, so we could take them over very soon. But as you can see, they've got 93 popularity throughout. But that's going to be dropping quite badly. But there's not a lot going on at the moment. But as you can see, they've ended quite a lot of runs with a lot of channels, so I don't think they've got any television shows. They've still got a couple, but I don't know what they're showing on. So they're just shown on Madison Square Gardens, Eurosport, and Madison Square Gardens. because they're in a really rubbish time slot. So yeah, they're not going to get very good ratings from that. So why am I doing this now in December? At the beginning of December? Because I want to see if I can do something while you guys are watching. So yeah, as you can see on Eurosports, USA, negotiate, new deal. Yes, I can. So ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be doing late evening. Yes, we can do late evening. Unlimited, 1 year. Awesome. World Championship Wrestling is coming to a channel near you. And they're letting me do it on here as well. So yeah, so I will be putting this on all the channels. And that means there's going to be a bit more booking for me each week. But hey, I'm going to also try something in a minute. I will sort out everything very soon. But yeah, this is all the channels we're on across the world. If you've never seen, I don't think I've ever really shown you this. I don't know if I can go into prime time yet. Yeah, so we can't go into prime time. So yeah, we're going to be bringing you every week on TV. World Championship Wrestling. Now, World Championship Wrestling is going to be our... It's not going to be a show, as it is now. Well, it will be an A show, but yeah. It's going to be held on a Thursday. It's going to be on for 2 hours. And this is going to be our touring this is going to be our touring one, okay? This is what I wanted to show you so you know this is going to be happening. What that does mean is I will not be doing this as a full length special. That means there's going to be so much to do. So there you go. It's going to be WCW Nitro. It's not going to be... and when WCW does come in, because we own the rights to it and they don't, I'm going to call it World Class Wrestling or something. But that's WCW Nitro. It's got better prestige than ours, but, you know, it hasn't been on since September. But we've now got it on TV. I was going to show you that. So what's going to happen is we're going to have Amped tonight. We're going to have Amped tonight. Then we're going to have Nitro on Thursday nights every week, showing all the great television. How is this going to work? It does mean that I can now concentrate and plan 2 shows. I'm not going to split the rosters up, but yeah, so mainly the NWA title will be the main focal point of that. Our titles will be so basically these titles are going to be the main focal point for storylines and build up on Amped, and then so these belts are going to be all over Amped, then these belts are going to be all over WCW. That's how it's going to be. So I'm going to announce our first main event for our first WCW Nitro right now. Hulk Hogan will be defending his championship on Nitro, live in front of the masses. Ooh, I hear you cry. Against Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. Yeah, nothing exciting. But yeah, so I'll see you guys when we get back. But I'm going to be booking Amped and I'm going to be doing the first Nitro, and then I'm going to do the next 3 episodes of this. So this is going to be episode 11. Then we're going to do episode 11, which is going to feature 2 Ampes, 2 Nitros, and then I'm going to do 2 other things. So I'll see you guys in just a little bit. Ladies and gentlemen, boys, girls, children of all ages, please take your seats as Global Force Wrestling brings to you live and in colour. This is Amped. We're in front of 11,215 people at the Blue Cross Arena for Amped tonight, our first Amped since the Great American Bash, and we've got WCW Nitro appearing this week. But in an extremely short pre-show match, Jeff Jarrett, Arn Anderson, Lance Farrick, Kevin Von Erich, Trudy Blanchard defeat Haystacks, Dynamite Kid, Dutch Mantel, The Undertaker, Sid Vicious, and 5, 10 when Trudy Blanchard defeats Sid Vicious. by pinfall. The slingshot suplex 64C. Dynamite Kid and a good pairing. Fishman Time's getting better. It's gimmick. Nice quality match. Cool going to match boost. Vicious 40. Taker 55. Mantel 57. Dynamite Kid 75. Haystacks 57. Blanchard 63. Kevin Von Erich 61. Lance Von Erich 38. Arnson 61. Jarrett 52. Blanchard and Haystacks improving in performance. Next up we have a women's match. And I know this is a sold out crowd tonight in the Blue Cross Arena. So in the pre-show bout, we've had Subpar Wrestling and Little Heat, Monster Ripper, Esther Moon and Chainsaw defeat Denise Preston, Dump Mission and Luna Von Erich in 6:49 when Esther Moon defeat Dump Preston by pinfall. Esther Moon is really off her game, that's quality match. Cook Branch Bruce. Chainsaw 28, Esther Moon 26, Monster Ripper 42, Luna Von Erich 40, Dump Mister 47, Denise Preston 51, no work appearance of 45D, not bad. And we move on to a... Why is this taking so long to move around today? It's taking forever. In the pre-show bout, I had decent wrestling but didn't have much heat. Norman Smiley, Vampiro, Brian Pillman and Peffer Jr. defeated Bob Holly, Owen Hart, Eddie Guerrero and Chris Benoit in 5:41 when Brian Pillman defeated Chris Benoit by pinfall. The flying corkscrew crossbody 58C-. Vampiro's getting better. He's gimmick. So is Pefro Jr. Nice quality match. Could have gone match boost. Chris Benoit 59, Eddie Guerrero 58, Owen Hart 61, Bob Holly 46, Pefro 44, Pillman 40, 54, Vampiro 42, Smiley 45. Smiley's improving and flying. We're getting somewhere with some of our wrestlers. I like it when we have improvements. And we don't have to sit here all day waiting for it to load. 71C plus in a decent pre-show match. Vader, Scott Hall, Rocky Johnson, Jim Nadine Hart defeated Michaels. The Phantom Sting, the Ultimate Warrior and Ted DiBiase 6:25 when Jim Nadine Hart defeated the Ultimate Warrior by pinfall. The Anvil Flatliner. In terms of ring work, Ted DiBiase was head and shoulders above everyone else. Paul Memon did good work at ringside, and that's quality match. Cool and Greenwich Breast boost. Jim Nadine Hart 63, Rocky Johnson 60, Hall 64, Vader 62, DiBiase 76, Ultimate Warrior 53, Phantom Sting 58, and Shawn Michaels 57. DiBiase improving flying and Johnson in performance. Oh, come on. This is getting ridiculous. Thank you. In a good pre-show match, Lex Luger, Nikolai, Volkoff and Sargent defeated Sargent and Larry Zbyszko in 7:32 when Lex Luger defeated Larry Zbyszko by pinfall, 75B-. Nice quality of match. Cool Branch Bruce, Larry Zbyszko 71, Slaughter 73, Nikolai Koloff 68, Lex Luger 68. No work improvements. I will have a look and see if there's an update, actually, after probably tomorrow, because it's 1:30 in the morning. It's 21:23 in the morning. In a superb pre-show match, Terry Funk defeated King Kong Bundy in 8:23 by pinfall. The pile driver. Bundy's getting better. His gimmick, and that's quality match. Match boost. Bundy had a room for 66, Funk 79. No work improvements. Next, an 89A, and that included Gene Oakland in this one, so... In a nice quality lift segment, Cleveland going to boost. Joanne Savage was a real star. Gene Oakland's very underwhelming, but anyway. So we now got 2 TV shows to worry about, both live and 2 hours long. You think these fans deserve this? They don't. They're losers. You see, at Final Revolution, I will not be fighting. I'm taking a month off. See you next year to go Global Force Wrestling. And then Gene Oakland comes out and goes, "Oh no, you bloody don't. You're causing us too many problems." You see, Jim Crockett Jr. is running WCW Nitro. For Global Force Wrestling, I'm running this show. You're not taking a month off, Savage. Tonight you'll be defending your bout against Bret Hart. Yes, I've decided to put Bret Hart in the main event. Hey Gene, you see, I understand you want him to defend his bout, defend it tonight, but I've had it with him. You see, I've had 2 title shots, and at the last 2 pay-per-views, and every time Miss Elizabeth keeps interfering. I want another shot where she can't interfere in my match. I want a steel cage match, Final Revolutions. That's a great idea, Terry. You got your match. So Terry's made a decision, Well, that's for Nitro. Final Revolutions, which we've already got the main event booked for our semi-main of the night. It's going to be a steel cage classic. Which will see Randy Savage taking on Taking on Mr. Terry Flipping Funk, who is 43 in this game at the moment. And he's still wrestling today, so God knows how old he is today. That's terrifying. So in our opening match of the night, in a decent match, Mankind defeated Kurt Hennig in 7:45 by pin for the double arm DDT after Paul Bearer interfered. 57C minus. Paul Bearer did some good work at ringside. Now it's qualified match. Cool go match and boost. Mankind 53, Hennig 67. Mankind improving in technical. Good old Mankind. A.K.A. McFoley. I want a Christmas room. In a decent match, the Lightning Express defeated the Bushwhackers in 7:53 when Tim Horner defeated Luke Williams by pinfall the Rolling Cradle. Brad Armstrong's really off his game. The injury, yeah, that's fine. That's quite a match. Could have go match boost. Luke Williams 56, Butch Miller 54, Tim Horner 44, Brad Armstrong 51. No work improvements, but a good match nonetheless. And after the match, we see the Midnight Express run in and attack them. So Lightning Express will take on. It's very difficult now. I've got 2 shows to worry about, but at the end of the month, we'll get to see. Followed by Final Revolutions, we'll get to see. I've more or less got all the pay-per-views sorted now, so yeah, we're doing good. Midnight Express will be taking on the Lightning Express. And also, the winner of that, the winner of this match will also be losing the Express name. Like for division early actually, because it's meant to be for January. We've already got it. Lol. So yeah, the winners of the GFW Tag Team title match keep Express. The losers can't use it any. Adds a bit more to the match. I've got some. I haven't decided who's going to win yet, but I have got some names planned for both parties, including the Midnight Force, Midnight Hour for them, Lightning Express, Lightning Force, and stuff. So yeah. In above, I had decent wrestling, but didn't have much heat. This is the best women's match we've had, but it didn't have much heat. Nikki defeated Susan Sexton in 7:41 by pin for the guillotine leg drop. Nikki wins the Global Force Women's title. 53C minus, and that's qualified match. Hogan going through. Nikki 48, Susan Sexton 51, new champion. And before we go on to this next angle, which is a fun one, I'm going to be looking at in the rematch at Final Revolutions for that title, because I wasn't meant to skip next yet, will be happening at the pay-per-view. Final Revolutions in a month, and that will see Nikki taking on Susan Sexton in the rematch. Also at the Final Revolutions this time around, you're going to get to see another excellent women's match. I'm going to book the women's matches now because I actually already have decided who's going to be doing what. Denise Preston will be taking on Luna Von Erich. And then we'll be putting the rest of the women in a tag match. It's good when you know what the women are doing. I've got everything booked in front of me, so I know what matches are happening at what shows. So them two, yep. And it's Esther Moon and Monster Ripper. Yeah. Because I'm not sure of certain people in the game, I've kind of written stuff in front of me. I know certain people. So Warwick comes out to cut a promo. But before he can start, we see Paul come into the ring with a coffin, with his face paint colours on the coffin. He goes over, but before he can open it, the Undertaker sits in the coffin and looks straight away. This will be your fate. Oh yes, warrior. You want a shot? You got it in another coffin match. Oh yes. The lights flashing on and off, and they're gone, including the coffin. That's one magic trick I think we would love to see how it was done. So yeah, I couldn't see what I wanted originally, but I'm gonna leave that for an event later on in the year. But there's a lot more matches coming up now, I think. Yeah, there's a lot of matches in here now. Jeez. But yeah, so that's going to be our match. It's going to be another coffin match, because I like the first one we did. I think it worked. or casket match as it's known. So that's going to be booked in now for you. That'll be the Undertaker taking on the Ultimate Warrior. Final Revolution is already looking like a bloody brilliant pay-per-view already, and it's the final pay of the year, so we'll be celebrating. It's been done on New Year's Eve, so you know. In a good match, Jim Duggan defeated the Iron Sheik by pinfall, the running clothesline tackle. Nice Cardiff match, the Kentucky Bench Bash Boost, Iron Sheik 69, Jim Duggan 64. The Iron Sheik has... And I was about to say he's finally not done drugs, but he's now on drugs, so the Iron Sheik is going goodbye. Say goodbye to the Iron Sheik. That was his last appearance, he's now being fired. So, last night, I helped this man win his bull rope match. You see, this guy is the Global Force United States champion. You see, Shawn, you're nothing. You see, this year has been a hard year. You see, we changed how you look at wrestling. We changed your perspective of what a show is. We're live on we're live on TV 2 times a week. 2 hours each. That's 4 hours a week of TV. And guess what, Shawn? You should not be on any show. Then we hear, he's got new music and stuff. And this is when the Heartbreak Kid finally debuts. I've been getting this ready for ages. Shut the hell up. You see, I might be what people are now calling the Heartbreak Kid. You see, I could super kick that mic down your throat and you won't see it till next year. You see, since when did Scott lose his voice? But I've been talking to Gene, and at Final Revolutions I'll get another match. You see, I am the true United States champion. He then super kicks Scott Hall, followed by Jim Cornette. Because I'm fun like that. So he basically super kicks both of them. This is going to be an interesting match. I've already found this match out, and I've got an idea of what I want to do. And we ain't doing an Indian, and we ain't doing Monster Ball. There's 2 Monster Ball matches in this game. One's brawl based, one's hardcore based. Mud wrestling, most falls, mission train pole. I'm not going to be doing one of these for just yet. I have got a plan for one of these later down the line. Aim with 2 out of 3 falls match. I'm going to be doing something that we've only done once. I know I can't find. Yep, it's going to be a ladder match. Because one thing I love in wrestling are ladder matches. And I think these two, I think it's Scott Hall and Kevin Nash who did the... I don't know who it was, at WrestleMania. But yes, so no working appearance. Jim Cornette identifies well for the segment. Shawn Michaels had freedom, enjoyed having freedom. Jim Cornette was very underwhelming. But 62C advances the storyline. Another good way of advancing. There's a lot of pre-written angles. In a battle didn't have much heat and tail but wrestling. Mighty United defeated Ultraman Jr. by pin for the Rock Dropper. Ultraman Jr.'s visible time towards the end. Ultraman Jr. and Mighty United don't click. That's good if match could come grand match reduce. Ultraman Jr. 27, Mighty United 36. No work improvements, but lightweight match. Jim Snuka and Dusty Rhodes are backstage and Armor breaks out and start brawling. So they're having a massive backstage brawl yet again. And I'm trying to think of something I could do for these guys. And I can't think of anything, so because I do want to give them a special match. So this is going to be a 2 out of 3 falls match, because that's the only thing I could think of for these guys to do, which would be different to the last match. This will be the final time these two meet, of course, because I do 3 storylines in 3s, but Roddy Piper and Jim, depending on how well they do, could go on for a few months. There we go, Dusty Rhodes versus Jimmy Snuka. Well, we've got to wait for the game to catch us up. So in above had good heat and decent wrestling from the crowd. The Fabulous Freebirds defeated Rock and Roll Express in 7:46 when Terry Gordy defeated Rocky Moore by auto or with an Oriental Spike. Next. Oh great, we've got fractured ribs. Makes my day, doesn't it? In above had good heat and decent reaction from the crowd. The UK boys defeated the Midnight Express and were very excited to defeat Bobby Eaton by pinfall the penalty kick. Way Brookside was Elite Links, struggling to keep up with everyone's performance. That's not a problem. Stan Lane was really off his game. Stan Lane, Bobby Eaton, Shred Extreme Comedy nice quality match. Cool went rose. Bobby Eaton 73, Stan Lane 72, Regal 64, Brookside 54. No work appearance, both storylines advance the segment because both is champion versus champion. Hogan and Roddy Piper are having a heated conversation backstage, but they don't come to blows. Because a load of the wrestlers come in to split them up before they hit. Because that's our main event, we want to build it up big. In an exceptional match, Ric Flair, Bob Orton Jr., Roddy Piper, Jimmy Snuka defeated Dusty Rhodes, Hulk Hogan, Adrian Dunn, and Ricky Steamboat in 7:38 when Roddy Piper defeated Ricky Steamboat. 73 Benoit and Snuka live match, the Hogan men's match boost. Snuka 73, Piper 92, Bob Orton Jr. 81, Ric Flair 89. That's a bad pause by Ric Flair. Ricky Steamboat 84, Adrian Dunn 81, Hogan 96, Dusty Rhodes 88. Hulk Hogan improving in technical and performance. A video plays hyping up tonight's main event, which I don't think is going to get very good rating. 78B, not bad. An exceptional match. Randy Savage defeated Bret Hart in 2007 by pinfall. Randy Savage makes defense number 8 of his championship. Randy Savage team off his game. Misses had great chemistry. Bret Hart had a reinforcement 79, Savage 94. 78B. And after the match, of course, Terry Funk comes in and beating down Bret Hart. Nope, Terry Funk comes in beating down Randy Savage. Wait, no, but that was Bret Hart. That's my bad booking. And then in an exceptional post-show match, Joe Lawler defeated Andre the Giant, Jake Snake Roberts when Joe Lawler defeated Straight the Snake by pinfall the pile driver. That's called a match. The Hogan Branch boost. Andre the Giant 79, Roberts 87, Lawler 72. No work improvements. And we end the show tonight with a very measly, probably 81, 79. A 77B. I'm expecting a bit higher than that, but okay. So yeah, the show increased our popularity in 12 regions. I will see you guys live with WC, the first ever Nitro, this coming week. It's Thursday night. We'll see you then, guys. Thank you for watching. Hello guys, welcome back. A bit of change to the backdrop. I did use the same one last night when I recorded this amp. I used the one I used before on these two, just because it was late at night. So this is I'm going to show you this. This is I'm going to zoom out on it. I'll zoom back in a second. Don't take that. I found this online. It looked, oh god, that was one I was using before from Survivor Series. That's Ring of Fire logo. Where is it? This looked quite. I like the look of this. Don't know why. Like a WrestleMania 3 type of poster showing all the some of the matches. Match for the crown: Harley Race versus Junkyard Dog. The Hart Foundation with Danny Davis. Jake Bitch Bulldogs versus Tina Santoyo. Roberts versus Honky Tonk Man. Coco Beware, Butch Reed. Billy Jack Haynes, Hercules, plus 4 other great tag team matches. He and his farewell match: Roddy Piper versus adorable Adrian Adonis. So yeah, this poster I thought looked amazing, and I thought it might be a bit old and tatty, but it looked good. Oh, and I've got a better zoom in on it now. From the Pontiac Silverdome. So yeah, guys, welcome to the first ever Nitro. Now, I have decided that Nitro will not have any pre-shows. Monday nights is when everyone's used. You know, the people who are used tonight are just here for random. 90 Jim Cornette. It was meant to be Jim Crockett, and I did check it was Jim Crockett. Yeah, it's changed itself again. Roddy Piper worked well with the freedom to advance. Hulk Hogan was a real star. No work appearance, but so Jim Crockett, not Jim Cornette. Ignore Jim Cornette, and he comes down to the ring and goes, "I'm here tonight to thank Channel 4, US Sports, and USA allowing Global Force Wrestling to put on this second TV show. You see, this is World Championship Wrestling, but not as you know it. This is WCW Nitro. So we've got a few things to address." Then Hulk Hogan, before you can say what he's going to address, Hulk Hogan comes out and goes, "Address, I tell you what you can address. How can you stand here and talk about the TV providers? Here's a question for you. Why does a man who came here, vanishes for months, on then to film a movie, get title shots? I tell you why, because you're scared of Roddy Piper. You see, you don't know nothing if you're giving that man a shot." And then Roddy Piper comes out and goes, "Hogan, he's scared. Sorry. But ain't you the one complaining about the match? You got to defend that title tonight. Don't lose, man, because in 4 weeks, I want to be the one to take the NWA championship off you. You see, Hogan, people love you. There's a good reason for that. But your selfish behaviour in the back makes the locker room not like you a lot. I'm not doing it for the fans. I'll be doing it for the locker room. Also, watch your back." So yeah, it was meant to be Jim Crockett and all that. So these are the results from WCW Nitro. we're in front of 10,500 at the Idaho Center Amphitheater, which is an amazing place to be, and I think we're having a bit of fun tonight. A 95A to open up the card. And we open up in our first match of the night, and the Balva didn't have decent wrestling but didn't have much heat. The Midnight Express defeated the Bushwhackers in 5:51 when Bobby Eaton defeated Butch Miller by pinfall, the rocket launcher. The Midnight Express makes defense number 2 of their Global Force Tag Team titles. Stan Lane and Bobby Eaton showed extreme chemistry teaming together. The Nats calling match, Cook and great match boost. Williams 57, Miller 53, Eaton 72, Stan Lane 67. Luke Williams is improving in technical, so not bad really. We move on to a 55C minus and above. Had decent wrestling but didn't have much heat. Chainsaw defeated Denise Perstine in 2:49 by pinfall. The Nats quality to the match. The Cook on Grand Boast. Chainsaw 52, Denise 84. No work improvements. So Denise has got more sex appeal than Chainsaw. Who would have funked it? That's what that match was. It's an eye candy match. Just thought I'd give it a go. I don't like doing eye candy matches. I should still be the champion. I still got a shot as it was a fatal 4-way. And not one-on-one. Vader, I'm coming for you to take back what is mine. Final revolution is coming soon. And I will get my one-on-one match then. Then Vader jumps over the barricade and attacks the Stinger. I don't care if Undertaker's got your soul, but you sound like an idiot, and you'll never get this back. So Vader jumping the barricade going, you know something? You sound like a blithering idiot. So that's another match added to the card. Vader versus Sting, the final confrontation. And I didn't realise this, but Undertaker's been the champion since May of last year. So that's going to look good in May of this year if he ain't lost the belt. 73 bonus and above had great wrestling and a decent match in the crowd. Bret Hart defeated Bob Orton Jr. by submission with a sharpshooter in 8:16. The last good match, the Cook on good match and boost. Orton 82, Bret 79, no work improvements. In a 41D, that's better rating than I thought I was going to get. We see Eddie Guerrero shown sitting backstage getting ready for his match. Yes, he is in action. Then we hear some commotion behind. The camera flips around and we see Randy Savage and Terry Funk having a massive brawl in the back. They're not wrestling tonight, but they are on the card. And holy shit, a 63C from the lightweight division. And a big surprise to all you fans out there. In above had decent wrestling but little heat. Chris Benoit defeated Eddie Guerrero in 8:01 by pinfall, the Dragon Suplex. He is the new AWA World Heavyweight Champion. Now, excuse me, but you've got Eddie Guerrero and Brian Pillman to deal with. Why is Chris Benoit getting the championship? Because I decided that before our first TV show we need something a bit shocking. I also want to get us onto Canadian television at some point. So I'm going to be looking into that after that. But that's because I want to do a fatal 4-way match at Final Revolutions. I will be announcing the ladder match properly on television, which will feature some of the best of the lightweight division, if I can find them. Because I've already made the decision for this match to make it great. Believe you me. So, I am putting all these idiots, and it's going to be Brian Pillman, Chris Benoit, Eddie Guerrero, Marty Jannetty can stay out, and Owen Hart. That then leaves Bob, Marty, Smiley. So it'll be a 3-way. Yeah. Oop. I'm trying to book up the lightweight division, and I always do that when I'm booking. So yeah, that's I was sitting here last night at 2 o'clock in the morning trying to get to sleep, and I thought of this idea, came to my head. I didn't book it till now. It's not for 2:30. So Pillman, Benoit, Eddie Guerrero, and Owen Hart. The reason I'm doing that is because these are the top guys from the lightweight division. These are the top, guys in our lightweight division. They might not be very popular at the moment, but they are our top guys. They're the guys that can do a good match. You've just seen it with those two facing off, getting a 60C, and that was set as still the show. So they were doing stuff, So for the rest, the lightweight division is hotting up. The problem is, can we make the lightweight division something people want to watch? The problem is getting people's popularity up so these guys move around, because at the moment They've got not very good popularity. And also we've got some mask guys, because you got to have mask guys. And that'll be the other one. But yeah, so Final Revolutions is looking quite good actually. But the 63 season, these guys not bad. In an exceptional match, Jake Roberts defeated Roddy Piper in 6:59 by pinfall after a distraction from Hogan. Nice good match to Cook on Ranch Boost. Jake Roberts 85, Roddy Piper 94. The NWA has advanced for this segment. I will be making these two guys call it in the ring at the pay-per-view. It will not be scripted. It will be called in the ring. I'll let them guys decide what happens, because I think I'm going to get a good rating off these guys. I think this is going to be one of our best matches we've had in the game. And we move on to a 51D+. Paul Heyman's talking to Owen Hart and Jim Dean Hart in the locker room. Just, telling them what they need to do. In the ring, Dusty Rhodes and Jimmy Snuka are having a contract signing for the up-and-coming match. With Gene Okerlund serving as the host of the contract signing, Dusty Rhodes signs the contract first, then hands over to, and then Snuka signs his name, makes the fashion official, and things don't go after, things go easy. Afterwards, Dusty then and Snuka start brawling. I don't think I've booked this in. So we've already got a triple threat match. We've got a fatal four-way. We've got a one-on-one match for the title. Not for the title. That's a random match. We've got a tag match. We've got the Jimmy Snuka 2 out of 3 falls match for the title. We've got the Lightning Express versus Midnight Express. We've got Roddy Piper versus Hogan in a one-on-one match. We've got Michaels versus Scott Hall in a ladder match. There's the women's title match. We've got a steel cage match. We've got a one-on-one match of the Phantom Vader versus Sting, and then we've got a casting match. I am going to be changing the booking for this match. The reason being is I wanted a one-on-one match, but I'm sitting here looking at the card and everything's quite big, so I want to do something a bit different for these guys. I'm going to do an I Quit match. Vader, Sting in an I Quit match. I think it could be good. But yeah, so people's popularity is rising. Sting is quite good in popularity at the moment as well, so I have been watching it, and Undertaker and Sting. So in above a decent wrestling and little heat, the Undertaker defeated Dutch Mantel in 8:26 by pinfall the chokeslam. He's made defence number 16 of the Global Force Next Gen title. Is anyone going to take that belt off him? Paul Bear did good work at ringside, and announcing the qualitative match, Scope and match boost. Mantel 60, Undertaker 51, no work improvements. Is anyone going to be able to take Undertaker down? In above a good wrestling and decent match of the crowd, Jerry Lawler defeated Jim Duggan in 8:08 by pinfall the pile driver. Nice quality match, Cool Congo match boost. Jerry Lawler 74, Jim Duggan 69, 74B minus, not bad. A video plays hyping up the castic match. But it's a recap of what happened on Monday night. So just showing you Undertaker and the castic and stuff, what happened on Monday night at Amped. In about very good wrestling and decent match of the crowd, King Kong Bundy defeated Terry Funk in 7:52 by pinfall the big splash from distraction of Randy Savage. The last kind of match to the Congo match boost, Bundy 68, Funk 74, King Kong Bundy improving a Rumble. For some reason that was not mentioned, that should have been mentioned. In about very good wrestling and a decent match of the crowd, Ric Flair defeated Lex Luger in 7:59 by submission. Lex Luger seemed off his game. The last good match to Cool Congo match boost, Luger 65, Ric Flair 90, no work improvements. And then we have our main event of the evening. 75B minus. An exceptional match. Hulk Hogan defeated Ricky Steamboat in 2010 by pinfall the big leg drop. Hogan makes defense number 5 of the NWA World Heavyweight title. Ricky Steamboat A4. Hogan thing. Hogan continuing to improve in technical and performance. Boy, and then Roddy Piper comes out and beats him down in the ring. So yeah, that's our first ever Nitro Circus. It did rubbish, but it increased our popularity in 12 regions, so 77B, and also we are a national size company now. I'm just saying, we're national size. Yeah, so we're getting there. We're getting there, guys. So I'll see you coming Monday night for our next edition of